My first ever Super Smash Brothers major tournament was MVG Sandstorm, which was like a pretty big deal in Arizona where I went to school. MVG, if you don't know, is like the biggest scam of all scams, or was known as at the time in Smash. I think they're better now. Mewtwo King's a part of it. He says it's Peepo Pog, so I'm like, all right, sure, it might be Peepo Pog. I don't know. At the time, they were a little shady. To give a good example, they had a shirt on sale that was like MVG Sandstorm. Normal. Nothing shady about that. But the shirt happened to spell Phoenix incorrectly. P-H-E-O-N-I-X. Which is like pretty weird for a tournament based in Phoenix. And so normally, after you've printed hundreds of shirts that are spelled incorrectly, you'd be like, okay, let's take these back. But MVG, they're smarter than that. They know a profit when they seize one. So what they did instead is they put the sign with the price over the word Phoenix. And then they would just sell them and hand it to you. It was pretty pog, all right? I don't know if I'd call it a mogul move per se, but tycoons have made similar tactics. I will admit that. And so I'm at this tournament, and this is when I was first getting into Melee. So I'd been into Smash 4 for about a year. I got into the competitive scene in Smash 4 because I wanted to be better than my friends. I was the worst gamer in my friend group. Let me see a 1 in chat if you're the worst gamer in your friend group and it's a feels bad man situation every time you play games. That was me growing up every goddamn time. And so after 18 years, when I'm finally going to college, I return over winter break. Smash 4 was released. I tried playing my friends. They're all whooping my ass. I'm 18 at this point. I'm like, I'm not taking this shit. I'm going to put the pedal to the metal and start grinding it out. And so what do? I Google how to play Smash 4. And what comes up?
What's going on, guys? J-Tails here for another competitive tutorial guide on everyone's favorite puffball, Jigglypuff.
If not a J-Tails video. Who got into Ultimate or Smash 4 because of J-Tails? That was my guy. J-Tails was my guy. Some of you guys might be Alfred, some of you guys might be Zero. J-Tails was my guy. Ride or die for that motherfucker. All right? Never talked to him a day in my life. But if that guy needs me to take a bullet for him, I wouldn't. But I would watch and be sad while it happened. J-Tails got me in. He taught me everything about it. And I started grinding. And I started getting good. And when I went back to play my friends in New Hampshire, smoked them. Wasn't close. Every character, I toasted them. They were literally saying, this is not a joke, a couple months after Smash 4 came out, that the only reason I was winning is because Jigglypuff was unfair. Jigglypuff in Smash 4 was unfair. Do you know what Jigglypuff's reputation ended up being in Smash 4? Do you know what the hashtag was? It was not nerf the puff. I'll tell you that much. Started with the B, buff the puff. So my friends too bad at this point. Too dog at the game for your boy. I'm too nice for them. And so I'm thinking to myself, how do I challenge myself? I mean, once you're the best in your friend group, what's a man to do? So I did what the obvious person would do when you want to challenge in Smash. I would only stream snipe streamers and try to play against them in online. That's the best way to get competition. I knew this. Everybody knows this. It's not going to tournaments, playing online, finding groups. No. I boot up Retro Gaijin's stream because that motherfucker was in Japan because I just found out about Twitch.tv, and I would try to duel him. Hey, Retro, play me. Play me in Smash.
No.
All right, this is when Narcissa also was streaming a bunch of Smash. Play me in Smash.
It's really hard to sleep under the watchful eye of God.
And I did. And I did one time, play Narcissa. And I quote, pretty good puff. Okay. So I'm riding this high. Better than my friends. A quote unquote, pretty good puff. And I'm looking for more challenges. And that's when I discovered that Arizona State University is home to a thriving esports club. You know who invented this esports club? Fun fact, by the way. You know who created the Arizona State Esports Club? Atrioc and Stans. I did not know this until after I'd met them. Isn't that crazy? They literally invented esports at ASU. I'm not fucking with you guys. They invented it. Not for Smash, all right? They're not real gamers. They played some dumb shit called League of Legends or something like that. And they invented the club for that. But the biggest esport in the club when I went to ASU was Smash. They had Friday weeklies, Arizona weeklies, ASU weeklies, and they were free. But because it was free, there would be 100+ people every single week at the tournaments. And so I'm people pogging because I just found out that my puff is sick nasty and I'm better than all my friends and I want a challenge. So I go to one of these weeklies and I walk in the door and I'm ready and I'm looking for a challenge. And then when I walk in, I see something I've never seen before. 30 CRTs. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because all I saw was Smash Weekly on a poster, and there's a bunch of old-ass televisions, and your boy is here to play some Smash 4. I'm like, this is weird. And then I go to a small corner at the Smash Weekly, and there are 2 Smash 4 setups. And I'm like, why don't they play the newer one? Which turns out is a very popular question. That day, I ended up playing a bit of Smash 4. I got my shit pushed in. I got hit by a fully charged forward smash by Falcon with 3 people watching, and they all went, oh, after I got hit. Hurt my feelings a lot. But I also learned a bit about Melee. And I just watched, and people asked if I wanted to play, but I was a nervous pussy. And so when they'd say, you want to play, I'd be like, let's go. But I was like, this is interesting. And I go home, and this is February at this point of 2015. And I watch the entire Smash doc. And I'm people pogging. I'm thinking to myself, damn, HBox is cool. Mango's kind of a dick. And I find out that just a week or 2 before I found out this game existed, Apex 2015 happened. AKA My B happened.
My B.
AKA the man who I race every Wednesday dropped a song.
PS Lippin', I ain't done yet.
And dropped a fat shit on stage.
Light shield, but second hit connects. Good stuff. Smart moves.
All I gotta say is evidence.zip. Evidence.
This is looking more like a body bag.zip, right?
So I watched that too, the VODs. And I didn't really get into playing the game. I made a bunch of excuses for myself like, oh, I don't have a CRT. Doesn't matter. Oh, I have a Mac. I can't play NetPlay. Could have found someone. I was just being a pussy. And so it wasn't until that summer, the summer of 2015, where I went to my first Melee tournament. I've been playing Smash 4 a bit during this time, but I went to my first Melee tournament in New Hampshire and promptly got my shit pushed in. But I was like, all right, whatever. I'm having fun still. And I was having enough fun that I thought it was worth the expense to go to a major. Now, if you don't know, in Smash, there's no real cohesive system, but there are large tournaments that are nationwide, tournaments that are regional, that are pretty big and have like a couple states overcoming, and there's locals. And I'd been only going to locals. And locals are cool because like the same 10 guys and you're never nervous. But majors are scary and sometimes expensive. So I never wanted to travel out of state for one. So I wanted my first major to be in-state. What a perfect storm it was, because the same time I wanted to do all that is when Sandstorm was introduced into Arizona. And for all the shit that MVG gets, MVG Sandstorm has some of the best Melee. There's a saying in Smash that the worst tournaments have some of the best Melee sets, and Sandstorm is no exception. The Melee was fucking phenomenal. What a great first tournament to have been at. And I'm there, and I didn't enter because I'm a pussy. But I'm excited to watch. And I remember I'd been into Smash at this point, and I'd been watching some people on Twitch chat, in Twitch.tv, and I'd been watching one person in particular, because in the doc, they seemed pretty cool, and they also happened to play the same character as me. Because you see, I started playing Jigglypuff in Brawl, and Juan de Bieds himself also played Puff. I watched him on Twitch. I even subscribed to him. Raw Tier 1. And I walk up to Juan because I see him at this tournament. And the first thing I says to him, I go, "Hey, Hungry Box." And he's playing a set. And bear in mind, I'm a young college kid, and I don't know how to read the room at this point. And he's getting up from his set. "I'm Ludwig. I subbed to you the other day. Do you remember me?" And he sits there for a moment, puzzled, with the look on his face that was like, "No, I don't fucking remember shit at all." And then he looks to me, and my face turns from this slowly down to this. And Juan, for all the shit that some people give him, knows how to read a room. At least in this point he did. And he goes, "Oh, yeah. No, I remember. You subbed to me, but I was already too hurt." And I actually did this to Juan. Not only did I go up to him and I say, "Do you remember me?" I said, "You don't remember me. You're lying." And he's like, No. And I walked away. Dramatic as fuck. Huge fucking asshole. If you guys ever did that to me, slap me across the face. Don't do what I did. Don't do as I did. Do as I says. First ever tournament. That's the first ever tournament. And so at that same tournament, there was a lot of insane upsets. PC Chris, it was his first tournament back. He ended up doing shittily. West Balls beat Hungry Box. Axe beat Hungry Box. Crazy pop-offs. And I remember I was filming the setup from behind it. Literally just behind where the players are playing. Everybody was in front and just filming it on my phone like a teenager at a concert for no reason. I didn't need to do this. It was all recorded online. There was no point in me filming it on my phone, but I did. And this is actually the first video I ever uploaded to YouTube on my channel. And if you go to my YouTube right now, it's still there. All right, boys. The first ever video, it's MVG Sandstorm Grand Finals Power Outage. Because I happened to be at the right place at the right time to capture it on film. Again, why the fuck am I recording this? It's the worst quality I've ever seen. Can't even see the gameplay. And of course, since MVG didn't have the best reputation at the time and weren't running the best tournament known to man, the crowd started chanting.
No, the TV turned off.
And that was the birth. Oh, you can hear me. Almost 5 years ago to the day. Isn't that crazy? This was 5 years ago in April 20th. And that was my first major. And I was like, damn, this kind of hype. Also had some other videos I took, some pop-offs. I took a video of Leffen because I was one of those weird people who were fans of Smash, so I hovered around top players. Of this guy trying to go up and hug Leffen. Because he wanted all Smash players to hug him. And he asked Leffen, and Leffen said no. And then he tried to sneak attack Leffen. And then Leffen elbowed him. And then I laughed like Titus from Final Fantasy X. Oh my God. And his accent was way thicker. Listen to Leffen's accent 5 years ago. Do you think I was born yesterday? What a thick accent. Damn, Lev. Lev's gotten good. We don't give him props. We don't give props to EU players, all right? They're bilingual boys. We don't give them enough credit. We do not give them any slack. But that was my first ever Smash tournament.
Your voice.